Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Most people think of wealth as something you can see instantly, like flashy cars, the designer clothes, the big house with the pool. Social media makes it look like being rich is all about showing off, but the reality is the opposite. The people who are truly wealthy don't always look like it. They are not the ones posting luxury shopping bags every weekend or showing off rented cars. They are the ones who move quietly, who blend in, and who build wealth in a way that doesn't need to be loud. Today I want to walk you through the 7 subtle signs that someone might actually be secretly wealthy. And I'm not just talking about millionaires. This applies to anyone who's quietly built financial security, whether that's through investments, business, or smart money habit. As we go through these, pay attention because you might start recognizing these signs in people around you. The first sign is financial calmness. Think about the average person. When rent is due, when the car breaks down, or when an unexpected bill comes in, the stress is instant. For most people, money is a source of constant anxiety. But if someone seems unusually calm about finances, that can be a clue. Truly wealthy people have buffers, they have emergency funds, multiple income streams, and a safety net. They are not panicking about every dollar because they know they are covered. You'll notice it in how they talk about money. Instead of saying, I hope my paycheck hits before rent, it's more like, yeah, I've got it handled. That's quiet confidence comes from preparation. And it's important to understand financial calmness doesn't mean someone is careless. In fact, the wealthy are usually very aware of their money, but they are not ruled by it. There's a difference between someone who avoids looking at their bank account because they are scared versus someone who checks it because they are managing their wealth. The first is broke avoidance. The second is wealthy awareness. The second sign is time freedom. Look closely at how someone spends their day. Do they have the flexibility to take time off, to travel, to work on hobbies or passions? Wealthy people structure their lives around choice. They are not chained to a job they hate, clocking in and out just to survive. They may still work hard, but the difference is they usually work on things they care about and on their own terms. Maybe they own rental properties or a business, or they've invested enough to have passive income. Either way, the result is the same. Their time is theirs. You can really see this when you compare it to lifestyle most people live. The average person works 40 to 50 hours a week, then comes home to drain to focus on anything else. Vacations are rare, and when they happen, they are carefully budgeted. A wealthy person doesn't have that same stress. If they want to extend a trip by a week, they can. If they want to take a Tuesday off to spend with family, they do. That flexibility is one of the biggest luxuries wealth provides, and it's often invisible until you look closely. The third sign is the way someone talks about money. People who are secretly wealthy rarely brag. You won't hear them saying, I just bought this $5,000 watch, or my stock portfolio is worth $500,000. Instead, they talk about ideas. They talk about strategies. They might casually mention investing in an index fund, or they will discuss real estate, or they will talk about how they are setting up a retirement account for their kids. Notice they are focused on tools and systems, not dollar amount. This is a major difference from people pretending to be wealthy. Pretenders name drop brands, show off numbers, and constantly try to prove they have money. The truly wealthy don't need that validation. They see money as a resource, a way to buy freedom and security. They don't see it as a trophy. If someone always tries to convince you they are rich, they probably aren't. If someone quietly treats money as a tool, there's a good chance they've got real wealth behind the scenes. The fourth sign is quality over quantity. Secretly wealthy people usually don't have closets overflowing with fast fashion or gadgets they'll never use. Instead, they own fewer things, but the things they own are high quality and long lasting. Think of a person who has 3 or 4 really solid outfits that they rotate often versus someone who has 50 cheap shirts from trendy stores, or someone who drives a simple but reliable car that they've had for years versus someone who constantly keeps swapping vehicles every time a new model comes out. Wealthy people understand that buying durable, timeless items actually saves money over the long run, and this applies to experience too. Instead of blowing money on random impulse purchases every weekend, wealthy people might save for a meaningful trip with their family. They invest in memories, not just material things. It's not about how much stuff they have, it's about the quality of what they choose to keep. That subtle difference is often overlooked, but it's a major sign of financial discipline and hidden wealth. The fifth sign is generosity. This one might surprise you. A lot of people think wealthy people are stingy, but often it's the opposite. When someone has real wealth, they don't feel scarcity. They are not afraid giving away $50 or donating to charity will break them. You'll notice quietly wealthy people paying for a friend's meal without making a big deal about it. You'll see them supporting their community or giving the causes they believe in. They don't need recognition for it. The act itself is enough. Now, this doesn't mean that everyone who's generous is wealthy, but there's a big difference between someone who gives and struggles versus someone who gives and doesn't even flinch. That's when you know they are operating from abundance, not survival. The sixth sign is long-term thinking. This is a huge giveaway. Most people are focused on short-term gratification. They want the new phone, the night out, the instant dopamine hit of spending money now. Wealthy people play the long game. They are thinking in years, even decades. They will choose to invest in retirement accounts instead of buying that brand new car. They will focus on building assets like real estate or stocks that will pay them back 10, 20 or even 30 years down the line. This mindset shift is everything. If you hear someone talking about their 5-year plan, their investment horizon, or the legacy they want to leave behind, that's a strong sign they've built wealth. Because it's not just about money, it's about vision. The wealthy thinks in terms of tomorrow, not just today. And the 7th sign is independence from lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is what happens when people start earning more and instantly spend more. They get a raise and suddenly the apartment gets bigger, the car gets newer, and vacations get fancier. Most people fall into this trap, which is why so many people making 6 figures are still living paycheck to paycheck. Secretly wealthy people don't do that. When their income rises, their expenses don't rise at the same pace. They live below their means, and that gap between what they earn and what they spend is where wealth is built. You might see someone making a lot of money but still living in a modest home, still driving a car that's 5 or 10 years old, still being mindful about their spending. That doesn't mean they are cheap. It means they understand the power of compounding. Every dollar they don't spend unnecessarily is a dollar that can be invested, multiplied, and turned into real financial freedom. When you put all of these signs together, you start to see a pattern. Wealth isn't about showing off. It's not about proving yourself. It's about calmness, control, and freedom. The people who are truly wealthy often don't look like it at first glance, but if you pay attention, these signs are clear. They are calm, they are free, they are strategic, they value quality, they are generous, they think long-term, and they resist lifestyle creep. And here's the part that matters most. You can adopt the same habits yourself. You don't need millions in the bank to start living this way. You can start small, build an emergency fund so you can have that calmness, use your time wisely, think about your long-term plan, and avoid inflating your lifestyle every time you make more money. These choices, practiced consistently, are exactly what lead to wealth over time. So next time you meet someone who doesn't seem flashy, who lives quietly, who doesn't brag about what they have, don't underestimate them. Chances are they're wealthier than you think. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more videos just like this. And drop a comment below telling which of these 7 signs you've noticed in people around you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.